Hello once again, Niner faithful. Johnny Dell back with another episode of 49ers Playbook, the channel that's trying to answer the whys and hows of the game. Week 2 versus the Philadelphia Eagles saw both teams squaring off in an old school defensive style battle, with both teams fighting for every yard. The difference in the game came down to a critical 4-play goal line stand by the 49ers defense. Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense started off slowly, struggling to find a rhythm in the run or pass game, partly due to miscues and a couple poor throws, and also by a very disruptive front by Philadelphia. The turning point came after the goal line stand, as the 49ers were able to string some plays together and put together a 12-play, 97-yard drive that ended in Juwan Jennings' first career touchdown. In the end, the 49ers were able to convert enough crucial plays and hold the Eagles to only 11 points and came away with a win and sit at 2-0 on the season. We'll jump to the film and take a look at some of the key plays and examples of how the 49ers were able to make it out of Philadelphia undefeated. You're watching Johnny Dell's Football Academy. The first play we'll look at is an example of the improved run defense by the 49ers from Week 1 against the Lions. Here, the Lions are going to come out and run a play that's been around for a long time, but it was one of Jim Harbaugh's favorites, the wham. It's an inside trap with a wham block by the tight end on a defensive tackle. DJ Jones does a good job in recognition and doesn't get himself too far upfield, taking on the block and making the play. I point this out because if you saw my video last week on the run struggles, the first play I pointed to was DJ Jones getting too aggressive and getting out of his gap. Here, he does a nice job on the play and sets the tone for the 49ers' run defense going forward. And here, they are again going to look to get a wham play. They do a nice job blocking, but I'm going to highlight Fred Warner on this play. Fred had an unbelievable game last Sunday. If you've seen my videos, you've seen me talk about us being a one-gap defense. Fred reads run quickly and looks to first fill his gap. From there, after the running back commits, he scrapes down the line and is able to make a play to fill Shair's gap, since he was picked up by the center. This is textbook linebacker play. Finally, to finish up the tone on the first drive for Philadelphia, they try and run a tackle trap and get stuffed. Here, they're going to try and trap the tackle, which is they'll combo down on the one technique and kick out the 5-eye. But watch Fred Warner on this play. He reads run and sees the pulling guard. A lot of times players are coached that if your man pulls, go follow him. He'll take you to the play. That's exactly what Fred does. He sees the guard pull and scrapes down the line, blowing the play up. So I do want to show how the offense missed chances early in the game. Here, the Eagles are showing soft coverage, and they played a lot of soft coverage with two safeties back in the game. Two safeties doesn't always mean cover 2. It means there's variations on cover 2, 4, or 6, but generally it's a more pass-oriented defense. Here it's third down. Philadelphia is going to run cover 4 palms, where the outside corners will convert to man coverage on vertical routes. We're going to run one of Kyle's favorite concepts, the Ohio. If you've seen the channel, you've seen me talk about this dozens of times, but for those who haven't seen the channel before, it's a protection release fade with a quick out that looks to create a vertical stretch on the outside. Jimmy reads the play correctly. The corner converts to man coverage, and he sees the out route will be open. He just misses the throw. He was under pressure as he gets knocked down after the pass, but this is a throw he has got to make. There's really no excuse here. He just needs to make this throw. Thankfully, the defense holds up on the next drive. Again, if you saw my video last week, you saw me highlight the struggles against the inside zone and split zone variation. Here, Kentavious Street does a great job of standing his man up, maintaining his gap, and stuffing the play, and helps lead to a stop on the drive. So back to the offensive struggles. This is another throw that Garoppolo he's got to make. Philadelphia is going to come out again with a 2 safety look, and this time we're going to be running Tampa 2 zone. Tampa 2 differs from regular cover 2 in that the Mike will be responsible for matching the deepest route down the middle of the field, and so the safeties will widen more than normal. We're going to have a bench concept called here with a quick out and deep out that looks to put the cloud defender in a vertical stretch. At the snap, again, Jimmy reads this well, and from the end zone you'll see him turn his shoulders to move the safety inside to help open up the deep out even more. He just doesn't get his body repositioned well enough and misses the throw. I love the read, I love the execution of moving the safety, I don't like the result. He has to make this throw, but he has all the tools above the shoulders to make these plays, he's just got to make them. One thing I want to highlight is our struggle to run the ball versus favorable looks by the defense. Here, Philadelphia is in a 2 safety look. That means they have a 7-man box. It's 3rd and long, and we're going to look to take advantage to either get into field goal range or maybe bust out a run for a first down against a weaker box. We're going to run Debo on an outside rush with shovel pass action. The idea is we'll block it as a shovel pass and draw attention and slip Debo out on the edge. We leave Graham unblocked, but he never bites on the play and shuts it down for no gain. If we have favorable matchups for one-on-one blocking, we have got to do a better job than this. So now we'll jump and look at the goal line stand that was the real turning point in this game. Here, Philadelphia is going to come out in a heavy package and are going to look to run play action and hit the tight end leaking out. Fred Warner, Tart, and Nick Bosa play this perfectly. None of them fall for the run fake, and Warner blankets the tight end. And Tart takes Hurts, shutting down the play. Next play, the Eagles are going to run a power play and pull the guard. From the snap, Street penetrates and is able to take out the pulling guard, while DJ Jones beats the guard and penetrates as well, which leaves Warner untouched, who filled his gap without hesitation and makes a stop on the play. This is perfect run defense. Next, Philadelphia will try and run a zone read. Here, this is just good team defense. Once the defense sees it's a zone read, they all play their assignments perfectly. Sits on the quarterback run up the middle. Noir heads to the sideline as a forced defender, with Shire just inside him. And Jimmy Ward doesn't over-pursue, in position on a cutback, which leaves no angle for Hurts to take, and we drive him to the sideline. And lastly, we cover the Philly special. The Philly special has been covered by a bunch of people over the years, so I won't get into it, but notice how Fred Warner, Armstead, and K'Wan Williams all recognize it and cover it. This just shows how well these guys prepared for this game coming in. After the turnover on downs, we went on a string of short plays, inching our way downfield and converting key first downs. But what really kicked off the drive was this absolutely phenomenal play by Jimmy G to Deebo Samuel. Here we're going to go empty, and Philadelphia shows single high safety and are going to be running cover 3 zone. We're going to have an Ohio concept to the two receiver side, and a divide concept on the other side. The divide being a streak and a post route. This gives Jimmy G two concepts expecting two safeties. The divide works well against cover 2 as it would put the deep safety in a horizontal stretch. And the Ohio works well against cover 2 or cover 4. With the single safety, Jimmy will first look to go to the Ohio as you'd have Kittle on a curl flat defender, since he can eliminate the go route pre-snap based off of the off coverage. But notice how the defender has outside leverage. At the snap, you'll see the curl flat defender widen. He's in position to drive on the out route. So Jimmy moves off of the Ohio. From the end zone, we can see Jimmy looking to the Ohio, sees it's covered and moves to his third read on the play and fires an absolute strike through the eye of a needle. He hits Debo perfectly in stride between two defenders that allows him to pick up big yards after the catch. This is just so good. Looking to his right, which also holds the hook curl defender, then hitting the pass in the tiny window. This sets up our first touchdown in the game. Here we're going to run a stick nod China. Here's the play art in case anyone was wondering. It's a variation on a variation. We like to run a stick concept a lot, which has a quick out and a read route where the inside will read man or zone. If it's man, he'll head to the sideline. If it's zone, he sits down. The stick nod is a variation off that. And this is a stick nod with China action. And China action looks to run an out route with either a quick in route or slant route underneath. You can see from the play art that Jennings is the third read on this play. At the snap, you can see how the slant route was covered, and George Kittle's stick nod was doubled. It opens up Jennings for his touchdown. The 49ers were then able to make a good stop after a big sack by Nick Bosa. Here, the Eagles are looking to take a shot and are going to come with 3 tight ends and look to hit a big play off of play action. The problem is, you've tasked a tight end with the job of blocking Nick Bosa, and that doesn't end well for Jalen Hurts. After some more back and forth, we're going to stifle another Eagles drive with a sack. Here, this is just awesome. Our defensive line didn't always do great in pass rush, but here every single guy completely collapses the pocket, leaving nowhere for Hurts to go. Then, helped by some penalties, the 49ers were able to get within field goal range to extend the lead and then ice the game with another Jimmy G quarterback sneak. I left a couple plays off the table because I wanted to save those for a couple upcoming videos we're going to try and put out later this week. But that's it for this episode, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did, and don't forget to hit the notifications button to be alerted when a video goes live. Overall, it was a tough win in a tough environment after having to spend 2 weeks on the road. But we're 2-0 and look forward to hosting the Green Bay Packers this Sunday night for the home opener. As always, if you'd like to support the channel in any way, I'll have links for that below, and you can interact with me on Twitter, in the comments below, or at 49erswebzone.com in the forum section. And lastly, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners.